always watching. You keep watching, but you make sure you get what you're supposed to get. Always watching TV. I see you there in the top.
You gonna take it back though, like yo, teenage years. Is that when you found out that you was Alpo's son?
Yeah, like basically that was when I had the conversation with my mother.
And for the people that don't know, can you explain that to us? How that went about?
Okay, so it was a lot of things going on at that time. You know that the movie had just came out, the magazines is floating around. You know that this whole Alpo thing is starting to become like a big thing. You know, it probably already was a big thing, but you know, as far as like movies and documentaries and magazines, like this shit's starting to really circulate. And you know, I'm running around in the streets, I'm hearing shit, I'm seeing shit, but you know, I'm not really sweating it. So, you know, long story short, I did like a juvie bid or whatever. And when I came home, my mom sat me down and shit. She was like, yo, you know, you outside, you in the streets now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't condone it, but you're gonna be out there, you know, certain shit you're gonna need to know and you gotta move a certain way. And I was like, all right, cool, you know, not trying to get too much depth into the conversation, but, you know, she basically showed me pictures and shit like that. Like, yo, you know, this nigga's your pops right here. You know what I'm saying? This nigga was into a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Be careful when you're moving around. A lot of people know who you are, but a lot of people don't. So, you know, kind of want to keep it that way. You know, just like a mother put me onto the game, letting me know what's going on outside. And, you know, I took heed to that, kept it pushing, you know what I'm saying? And that
Gotcha.
was that.
Now then, like, did people find out about that relationship, like that you had, like that you was his son later on, or did it come right away?
What you mean?
Like for the general public, like once it started to hit the media, like, oh, that's Paparazzi Po, that's Alpo's son. Was it later on, or was it during the very moments when she told you that?
Nah, when people outside started to shout it, that didn't happen till I was teenager, you know, like going to Rikers Island and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when I start bumping into older heads in prison and, you know, they looking at me and shit, or they asking me certain questions or, yo, where you from? Yo, I'm from Harlem. All right, what part? You know, you know this person, you know that person? And I'm just trying to figure out, you know, it's my first time being in prison. So I don't know they fishing like they just asking me questions. I'm looking at them like sometimes I might answer depending on the comfortability. Sometimes I might not. Like, and I ain't know like they were just trying to figure me out until like one older nigga, like this Muslim dude, I think he was out of Queens. He said something like his name, like he was a part of a brotherhood, or I guess it was his family. They called themselves the Bolden Brothers, and you know what I'm saying. He came at me like on some aggressive shit, like yo, you young Poe, like yeah, what's up, you know? That's my name in prison. So yeah, you young Poe, yeah, like
This shit
yo,
done
such and
got
such
too
is your
deep.
mom's. I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, you ain't gonna be running around here too much longer. And like that was when it hit me, like, oh, like this shit real, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't experienced nothing, you know, boy was just talking at the moment. But that's when I realized, like, yo, like, niggas know who the fuck I am. Like, you know, maybe my age group didn't know, but it was certain older niggas that was saying certain shit to me or pulling up on me and having that type of conversation with me. You know what I'm saying? So I could say, like, at that point, maybe a little bit before that, too, like in the streets, like right before I got arrested. But jail is really where that shit, like, came to a head, like, I should say.
I got you. And now you much older, and he gets out of prison. What's that relationship like?
You said now that when I get older and I'm in prison?
No, he gets out, like Alpo gets out of prison, right?
Oh yeah. You got out around the same time I got out. That's a fact.
So what was that relationship like?
At first it was just phone calls. You know what I'm saying? Like first it was just phone calls. It was just like him calling me out the fucking blue from a block number and just checking on me. You know, asking me questions about my kids and you know like what I got going on and you know how I feel about the whole situation and I just was telling him like you know like I want to have like a real kind of like one-on-one with you. You know, I don't want to interview you or nothing, ask you a million questions, but I kind of want to know certain shit. You know what I'm saying? And we had that conversation, and then maybe let me see, maybe like the top of that following year, that's when he pulled up on me in person in the Bronx and shit, and we started to hang out a little bit.
So you
Got you.
never shot from the
Got you.
name Paparazzi Po. You basically took
Hey, hold on, bro. Hold on,
name.
bro. He interviewing right now. Chill out.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm gonna open up to the floor. I'm gonna open it up to the floor in just a second. So then, like, with the whole accusations of him being a rat, like, did that affect you? Like the way you move, like you can start to tell people, like, okay, now he home. Should I even attach myself to him? Because I know you got a music career,
Yeah.
acting too, right?
I don't like for some strange reason it wasn't hitting as hard. Like I didn't really experience the Alpo hate until I got older. Like, and I guess people started to hold me accountable for certain shit, like just because I'm older. Like, like when I was young, it was all love. Like I can't remember a nigga besides that dude from Queens that came at me on some aggressive shit, like, or like even like attempted to threaten me, like, cause what he said to me kind of was a threat. Like, you ain't gonna be running around here that much longer. You know what I'm saying? Clearly that was a threat. So that was like the first time that I experienced a nigga coming at me in a negative way. Usually it's like, yo, little Poe was good, man. Yo, I used to be doing this and that. They hit me with their war stories and shit. You need anything, this, and that. How's your mother? Shit like that. It wasn't no, yeah, what's up, little nigga? Like, it wasn't no crazy shit like that at first. That shit came when I got to the max prison, like, because I was on the island and then I had like 5 cases. So I was like, went up north to Green, but I was still coming back and forth to court for my main case until like 2008. So, when I came back down 08 after the trial and everything was over, I went back up north and I got into like a big ass riot or whatever. And they sent me to a max prison. And that's when I started to experience the hate for real. Like, if people was hating on me behind the scenes, I mean, I guess I was hearing little slick shit here and there, but it wasn't no, like I said, I ain't experienced no physical altercations or no verbal altercations outside of what happened on record. So I didn't really feel a hate until I got to the max, where I guess it was niggas there, like, that really don't like him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I guess, like, I don't know none of these men. So when I got to the max prison, Randy Love reached out to me and shit. And he was telling me, like, yo, like, you gotta move like this, you gotta move like that. I'm trying to get next to you. Them niggas is plotting on you. I don't fuck with them niggas, and them niggas know what's up with me. You coming through here, ain't nothing gonna happen to you while I'm here. But I guess they caught a kite or something coming to me from him. So administration had moved him out to jail, and then, after that I got cut and shit, and they moved me out to jail.
Got you. And like, condolence to you, bro. I know you lost your father.
I
Condolence to you and
appreciate
your
that, bro.
family. But moving forward, like when it came to K Flock, like now we know who K Flock is. He got the new song with Cardi B. What was your relationship like with K Flock?
K Flock was a young dude, from the neighborhood. The Bronx is like, I'm from Harlem, but like the Bronx, that's like my playground. So, what I'm saying? I always lived in both boroughs, like at the same time. You know how it is when you're young. Your mother's side of the family, your father's side of the family, you bouncing back and forth. And, Harlem and the Bronx is like cousins. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but that's how I feel. So kind of grew up in both, but yeah, like he's a young dude from the neighborhoods that I be around, and um I mean, that's all I could really say about him, you know, and like
Did y'all get past that
outside of
famous live? Like when y'all was going back and
what
forth?
led up all right, so what led up to that was basically I was going back and forth, I believe, with Booba Savage on Instagram. Cause like when I got a blue check, it was like a big thing. Like, yo, what the fuck is he doing with a blue check? Like, who is this nigga? Like, why is he verified and I'm not verified? Like, it was a lot of that shit going on, you know, when I had my blue check page. So, you know, I was new to that. Like, I just woke up one day and I was logged out of my Instagram and they told me to log back in. When I logged back in, nigga, I came back with a blue check. So I don't know why the fuck they gave me a blue check, but you know, like the fuck am I explaining that to anybody for? So, you know, everybody should just be on my lives or be in my comments like, you got a fake blue check and this blue check this and blue check that. So it led to Booba Savage and me going at it on the CC show, and that spilled into us going live with each other on our own time, and then we was going back and forth. And I was just telling him like, yo, nigga, you a little ass kid, like mind your business. Like you was not even alive for the chain of events that caused things to be the way they are in the Bronx. Like you got an easy pass, you could walk right through. You're a young lit nigga. You don't got to be gang banging on your records, nigga. Like keep it pushing. Like you know, just trying to tell him like, nigga, you ain't got to be acting all tough with me. Like I ain't your enemy. So that led to more of the younger brothers from his area to come and do the same thing with me on live. And K Flock was hanging out with them at that time. You know, they all was kind of cool at that time. So you know, he joined the bandwagon. He hit me up. He's like, yo, ever since you been beefing with Jiggy Man, like that nigga numbers been going up. Like that nigga already on 10K. Like, you know, this when 10K on Instagram was a big deal, you know? Now niggas is like buying followers and shit, so it's not a big deal. But, you know, our little 10K from the mud, that was big for a young rapper coming up, you know what I'm saying? So he seen him get that. He like, yo, bro, I'm about to start going back and forth with you too online and see if my numbers go up. And I was like, nigga, like, I'm a gateway for this shit, bro. Anybody that beef with me, they blow up. Like, I don't give a fuck, nigga. Like, I know at the end of the day, it's not no serious beef. Like, yeah, you on that side, I'm, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But I don't feel threatened by you. So, you know, it was just back and forth with me and K at first, just posts. And then, one day I forgot what happened. I think K was live and he was saying something, or him and D Thing was live and I was in the comments and then he added me, or I don't know how it happened, but I know it had something to do with him going live and I joined this live and whatever. He sent me an invite to the live. Then